Well, y'all, welcome back to another episode of Rolling the Bottom. I'm your host, Zach Moore. We are back for another episode of Rolling the Bottom. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. We got lots of stuff to cover. Some stuff from this past week's race at Phoenix, and also some stuff that dropped today and this week so far. So lots to get into. Looking forward to covering it all. So let's rock. Goodyear is doing a tire test this weekend at North Wilkesboro to get ready for the All-Star weekend. They're having trucks today. They're having a truck tire test today right now, going on right now as we speak. And then I believe Wednesday and Thursday they're having a Cup Series. Cup drivers will be for Toyota, Ty Gibbs, Ford, Joey Logano, Chevy, William Byron. Hopefully they can find a good compound. It's going to be very, very new surface, so it's going to be a lot of groups. They're going to have to find hopefully a good tire compound, and hopefully it'll allow some good wear and some good slide around, but we'll see what they find out of this tire test. Next thing, Junior Motorsports announced that Connor Zilic will drive the Junior Motorsports No. 88 Xfinity Series car at Martins Glen, and then shortly after his 18th birthday, he'll also do Kansas, Homestead, and Phoenix. He's one of Trackhouse developmental drivers, which, he signed that big deal. He's going to be doing a bunch of, trucks, Xfinity. He runs the Mazda series, like a road course series. So that's where he's really, really good. He has a really good road background. He's also going to be doing some cars tour races. I know he won a cars tour race. So I know he's a very experienced road racer, but he's also a very good oval racer. Trackhouse has a lot of belief in him. He's 17 years old, so he's very, very young, has a lot of potential. So this will be cool to see. This is where I feel like the competition level is going to be higher, especially for a 17-year-old. He'll be 17 when he does Martins Glen, and shortly after he'll turn 18 and do these big tracks. It'll be cool to see an 18-year-old race against some of the top, like some of the best talent that NASCAR has going on there. He could have, you never know, he could have that Ty Gibbs type feel where he races in the Xfinity Series at a younger age, and then he's so good and he gets in the Cup Series. Who knows? Trackhouse has a lot of drivers like Zane Smith, SVG, all top talent that are kind of waiting in the wings to race for Trackhouse's team. Trackhouse only has 2 charters, so we'll see. Maybe they get a new charter. But this is also a really great opportunity and really cool to see a young, talented driver get a big opportunity. Next thing, so the championship race has been at Phoenix since 2020, and it hasn't put on the best overall racing, especially with this short track package. A lot of people would like it to go back to the original track in Homestead. Well, I was listening to the Teardown, which is hosted by Jordan Bianchi and Jeff Gluck, who are writers for The Athletic. Well, Jordan Bianchi shedded some more light on that possibility.
This is a prediction. Let's call this informed speculation, like conversations that I've had with people, and a prediction I think is going to happen. And I think this is something you probably agree with. I don't think Phoenix hosts the championship race in 2025. Okay. I think it's going to end up back at Homestead. I think today's race probably, I don't want to say sealed it. I think it was the wheels were already in motion for this to happen for various reasons. I think today's race kind of solidified it because the schedule is obviously going to be out before the fall race. Again, my prediction, just that's all it is. Not saying this is happening, just a prediction. I think it ends up at Homestead again in 2025, and I think today was kind of the final on that.
So from listening to that, it was a speculation, but it was informed. He has had talks with other people in the industry, maybe media, or people that work around NASCAR. That this will be the last year for the championship race at Phoenix, and that he believes that Homestead will return as the championship race. Now, it was just a speculation. There's no sources, nothing there to actually, state the case or give it any sense of truth. But he believes that the championship race will return. And this will be big for NASCAR fans. Homestead has been a championship race for I don't know how many something years, a couple of decades, 2 decades. I don't know how long. It's been a championship race for so many years. It's had so many different playoff formats it's going through, putting on the best races every year because it's a multi-groove track. You see guys running the wall, an inch, a paper width away from the wall, bottom, middle. It's great racing. And the next-gen car, what I've heard from drivers, is it races really well, and racing's great when the cars can spread out. When there's multi-grooves and the cars and drivers can have more options, racing becomes really competitive. The Model House has been the best overall, especially when it comes to just, Homestead and Charlotte have been incredible racing. So I think fans will be very pleased if this does come to fruition. I hope it does, because I think if you're going to have a one race playoff, you might as well take it to a track that it once was at and once put on incredible racing to crown your champion. Hopefully this all becomes true. Next thing, the short track package. I think a lot of fans didn't like the race this weekend at Phoenix. I thought it was a good race. I do think there was a little bit of improvement, but it was still I do think there was a lot more competition. There was comers and goers. The Toyotas dominating. You always saw Toyotas led every single lap besides 14 laps. The other 14 were led by Todd Gilliland. And the same old swirly thing comes to the short track package is, can we add horsepower? Driving would be better, more off-throttle time. I guess we could put back in the driver's hands more. Well, Brad Moran, who's the NASCAR Cup Series managing director, shed some light on the topic.
Sure. I mean, and it's been talked about, more horsepower, smaller tires. I mean, it equates to the same you get the same results when you're done. But in changing the plate and increasing the horsepower, that sounds relatively easy to do, and that part is certainly easy to do. But once we open up the horsepower, we have to have all three manufacturers obviously on board. As soon as you open that up, there's going to be development, there's going to be reliability issues.
They're open to adding horsepower, which is great to hear. But I thought we heard this from Steve O'Donnell and Steve Phelps last year about the topic, saying they're always open. But then we heard a quote from Steve Phelps that he doesn't think the issue is horsepower because it costs money. Well, you've already heard Doug Gates said it's reasonable to put 750 horsepower. Bob Fisher from ECR Engines says it's doable. They want more horsepower. And then also David Wilson from TDR. They're also open to adding more horsepower and think it's doable. So we heard from a representative from each manufacturer. So that's already done. So I don't know what the issue is now. We just need to figure that out. But then the last part of this clip kind of goes back on what NASCAR has been saying for a long time when it comes to adding horsepower.
Where we're at seems to be where we want to be to try to, get potentially new manufacturers interested. And if we start getting away from that number, it can create problems in that area. But we're always, we're always open to everything. We do consider everything, and the engine gets talked about quite often. But there's a lot of different parties that have to agree before that one can happen.
So he says that the horsepower level is where they want to be when it comes to hopefully bringing in a new manufacturer. This is what they have said forever. That's why they cut horsepower. It's also supposed to save teams money. Denny Hamlin said on his podcast that the engine bills are the same now as they were when they had 900 horsepower. And I think I've heard this before. At first, I thought they were using less engines. So they were buying less engines and using them more. Denny Hamlin also said that they've been using one engine for 2 races now for almost 8 years. So 8 years ago, 2016, they were still using around 900 horsepower. So they would use that high-power engine twice for 2 races, and they would be done with it. And that's what they're doing now. So I thought that was how they were saving money, because they were buying less engines, and they're using them more races. But really, they've been doing that for a longer time than I thought. So, and look, I know I've talked about horsepower a lot on this channel, and just because I'm a big fan, I feel like when you talk to a new fan, and you're like, hey, I like NASCAR. They got 900 horsepower engines. Now, that's sick. Well, now you go to your friend or family member that you like NASCAR, you're telling them, look, they got 6 75 horsepower engines. It's insane. Like, that's not as cool. That doesn't appeal to people. Like, there's not many people out here that can own or drive a 900 horsepower car. So it's like a way to like, hey, come watch these dudes that drive these high-powered cars that go 900 horsepower, right? That's cool. I don't want to go too long, ramble too long. All I'm going to say is NASCAR needs to try more horsepower. We've heard that maybe 750 wouldn't be enough. But can we at least try it? Because then, like, me and all these fans can maybe shut up and just, okay, at least NASCAR tried it. Instead of just going on and on with these same old things about, oh, it saves money. And also, when it comes to saving money, I don't give a frick about teams saving money. It's not meant to be an affordable sport. Racing is not meant to be affordable. You're really not meant to make money. Cost a ton. And I hate the fact that we're limiting our sport's potential because we're trying to save teams money. Why can we not give the sport the best possibility to succeed? That's all I'm saying. Besides that, I'm done talking about horsepower. To end on some positivity, NASCAR got a 19% increase in viewership. This is big. I don't know if it was the Netflix series or the Atlanta 3-wide finish, but all these new fans are tuning in to NASCAR more often. I guess maybe people just like watching cars turn left. Maybe more now, who knows? But this is awesome. This is all 4 races so far this year have surpassed 4 million viewers. This is huge. There was only a couple races last year that even got to that level. It was some of the bigger races, the pack racing, the road course, the Chicago street course race got around 4 million. So to see this is awesome. Hoping it continues. You know, the end of this Phoenix race didn't have the most exciting finish. I'm a little worried because a lot of fans have said this race stinks. And I feel like, in a way, NASCAR could have tricked and screwed themselves in a sense, because you go 2 back-to-back speedways. The racing's ranked, the Atlanta 3-way finish. It's all over the world. NASCAR's trending with that finish. It's big. New fans, new people are willing to check out the sport. And then after that, you go back to 2 regular racetracks, a mile and a half and short track, and the racing doesn't live up to the crazy 3-way finish. So I feel like NASCAR fans need to realize you're not going to always see that crazy finish. If it happened all the time, it wouldn't be as cool. But overall, this is great when it comes to viewership, momentum, vibes for NASCAR. Well, that's a wrap on today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think about all this stuff, horsepower, the TV ratings, the great TV ratings. What's your thoughts on maybe Homestead becoming the championship race again? And besides that, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next one, boys and girls. Goodbye.